Hey everybody, so good to be back on here. We are now live. I'm Jimmy Maddox with myhappyfreedom.com. Just wanted to come and talk to you guys a little bit about vision. So I'm just going to wait till a couple people come on. I'm expecting a few people here and we'll get started. All right. Hello, if you're on already, go ahead and tell me who's on and where you're from. Hello, Cherie, Angie, good to see you. Good to see everybody joining us today. All right, so I just want to talk a little bit. Hey Jay, good to see you. First like, nice. Just wanted to talk to everybody a little bit about vision today. I actually just now published a note on my personal page if you wanted to go over and take a look at that and read that. But vision is the number one thing in our lives that are going to drive us forward. I don't care if you're in real estate, if you are in a corporate job, if you're trying to start your own business, or just in life. If you don't have vision for your life, if you don't have purpose, if you don't have a plan, then your life is just going to go on and on and on and probably never really change. Why is that? Because you don't have a focus or a plan of what you're going to do. So as you'll see, as I wrote in the blog, which I published on my page, go check that out, you'll see that vision is the number one motivator in everything that you do. So what do you do? How do you look for vision? What do you start to question yourself? Really, before you start anything new, sit down and ask why. That's the number one question. Why do you want to have an online business? Why do you want to go and lose weight? Why do you want to go to the gym and pump up and gain more muscle? What is the purpose of that? What is it going to do in your life that's going to take you somewhere else that you don't want to be right now? And if you can start to identify some of those things and really start putting the vision and the purpose and the plan in your life, then everything is going to fall into place. Why? Because you have a goal, you have something that you can look at and always come back to. That's key. That is number one key. Without that, you're going to fail. Every single time. Without knowing exactly where you're going to go in life, knowing exactly what the end goal is, you're going to fail. And it's not going to end in happiness. It's not going to end in you being satisfied in life. It's going to end in you thinking, here I go again. I've done it again. I've made a plan. I've made a goal, a New Year's resolution, and I failed at it again. That's what so many of us do, is because we are making plans, we're making goals, and really they're half-hearted. They're not a part of who we are. They're not a part of our destiny, because we didn't actually look at the vision of our life. We just looked at something temporal, something temporary that we thought might make us satisfied. And so we set that goal and we end up pushing for it, going maybe a week of doing something consistent, maybe 2 weeks, maybe a month, maybe even 6 months, and we ended up failing because it wasn't something that was actually a part of us. It wasn't our destiny. It wasn't who we are. And so first in our life, as we step out into new things, we step out into new businesses or whatever you may be doing, you have to look at yourself and find out, what is it in this life that I really want to do? Me, I found out that I really love helping people. I always have. I've been a pastor for 20 years now. Helping people and loving on people and helping other people grow is really a passion in my life. So when I looked at an online business, one of the biggest things that motivated me in that, and is motivating me now, is if I do an online business, I'm going to be able to help tons and tons of people learn online marketing and how to make money for themselves. That's helping people. That ties back to who I am. That ties back to my vision. And every time I get to a place where I don't want to go anymore, I get to a place where I want to stop, then I can look back at that vision piece of my life and I can say, okay, this is who I am. This is my purpose. And that's going to motivate me to go forward. Hey, Richard, good that you could join us. That's going to motivate me to go forward in my vision. That's going to keep me going to the next day. Otherwise, I'm going to get in that same old rut. Try. It's not going to end up working out, and I'm going to fail and I'm going to quit because I'm not tying it down to something that I love. I'm not tying it back to who I am and what I do in life. So vision is absolutely key. So I want to challenge you today. I want to challenge you, just as I wrote in my blog, and please go read that on my page. What is it that motivates you? Take a moment, take a week, take a month, take a year. Sit down and figure out who you are in life. One of the things that I do is I'm a life coach. So I'm running these online businesses and I'm a life coach, and I have several clients throughout the week that come, and our main motivation, our main purpose is to sit right here in my office, pull some of these books and start talking to them about who are you? What have you always wanted? Hey Kyle, good to see you joining us today. What have you always wanted in life? How can we tie that into your goals right now to push you into who you are in your destiny? And as we start to work through some of those things, and we pull apart, we pull away all of the temporal goals, all of the things that are just right now, like losing weight or gaining some muscle in the gym or starting an online business to have money. When we start to pull away those surface things and we look down into people, we start to really find out who they are. And then we can start adding those goals of losing weight. Then we can start adding those goals of crushing it in a new online business. Why? Because we know what they are. We know who they are. And so they can always go back on day 20, day 15, day 100, and they can look at who they are, and it's going to push them down and push them forward. A lot of people that I've helped are musicians, or or they're writers, or they are ministers, or they are crushing their own online business, and when they get into it, lo and behold, 6 months in, they're sitting back here in my office, and we're talking again of why they're failing, and it comes down to they're still looking at the surface things. They're not looking at who they are. They've lost their purpose in life. And I'm telling you right now, if you start to lose your purpose, and you start to lose sight of why you're doing the things that you're doing, why you might be a missionary, or why you might write music, or why you are doing an online business, you start to lose sight of that, into that rut you go, back into that addiction, back into feeling depressed and feeling lonely and XYZ, you name it. I've been there, I've done it myself. You lose sight of who you are in Christ, in life, in whatever. You're going to lose it. Yes, Richard. Richard just said 100% the why is everything. So that's all I'm saying today, guys. That's the number one thing in business. As I'm talking to people about starting their own, the number one thing is, why do you want to do it? Why do you want to do it? And if we can figure that out together, if I can help you figure out why you want to start an online business, why you want to move forward in whatever in life. One of my clients, and he doesn't mind me sharing this, or actually she doesn't mind me sharing this because we talked about it. One of my new life coach clients was sitting in here last week, and she is completely exactly opposite than I am. She is a complete liberal, atheist, you name it, she is opposite than me. And so it looked like our relationship wasn't going to work because of that, but we sit down and we had the best time because I got to see who she was on the inside. She started looking at who she was on the inside, and she realized some of the things that were making her angry and some of the things that were holding her back from pushing forward in life were not actually who she was. It was some manifestations of some of the things that she was, but we looked down at the core of a person, and she wanted justice for people. She wanted people to be able to stand up and be who they are. So when we tear away some of those things in her life that was causing all the anger and all the confusion, we saw who she was, saw what her purpose was. And because she wasn't actually a feminist, she wasn't actually angry, she didn't want to go and protest, she wanted justice. And because of that justice inside of her, we have set her now on a track where she's going to get some education in some liberal studies and rescuing from human trafficking and pulling people out of situations that they have no business at being in, and how to go in and help those things. And so her whole life has taken a little bit of a turn where she's no longer protesting on what not to do, and she's standing up in what what to do with her life and truly starting to rescue people. So that's just one thing of how motivation can set you free, how knowing your vision can absolutely set you free. Hey Janet, good to see you. Eli, good to see you on here. Glad you guys could join. Another story is my daughter that I wanted to tell you guys about. I'm so proud of her. She's 15 years old, and her whole life she's wanted to be a surgeon. And I'm like, okay, we'll do whatever. We could have just let her go through school and want to be a surgeon and just, okay, go for it, dream big, dream big. But if we didn't put action and we didn't put plan and we didn't see why she wanted to be a surgeon, where she's at right now at 15 wouldn't have happened. If we didn't know, because her compassion in her heart, she wanted to see people who had deformities fixed. She wanted to see people who had tumors. She wanted to be able to remove those and improve their lives. As a surgeon, the compassion in her heart was the vision and the purpose of who she is. So what did we do? We put her in an Explorer program at the hospital. So once a month she goes in and she learns from different doctors the areas of the hospital. So we've done that so she could start learning medicine. She could start seeing if her passion really is there. Another thing we did is we put her in a program at Liberty University where by the time she graduates high school, she's going to have her associate's degree. Her associate's degree, when she graduates, she'll have 2 years finished in college when she graduates high school. Why? Because we know being a doctor, being a surgeon takes a long time. And we wanted her to be ahead in life. So we pulled her and put her in a program that's going to push her forward and support that vision in her life, starting now, not when she graduates high school, not when she's 20 years old, not down the line, not thinking that she's just going to fall into it. We set a plan and we set a purpose and we set a vision for her destiny. And so now she's going to graduate, already have 2 years of college. So by the time she's a doctor, she's going to be 2 years younger than all the doctors graduating. So she'll be a doctor by the time she's like 25 or 26 versus 28 or 29. Amazing. Why? Because we're not waiting. We're not thinking things are going to just fall into place. We are taking the vision, who we are, who she is, and we are running with it. We are making those plans. We are speaking destiny. We always, when school gets hard and those papers that college papers that she's already writing in the 10th grade, when those get hard and she's up late, we look at that vision. We look at that purpose. And so I challenge you, go read that blog on my page. Right now, go read it. It's just a page. It's not very long. Go read it and let me know. Comment on this video. Comment on that blog. What is your vision? What is your why for doing what you're doing in life? And if you need help with that, I'm here. Hook up with me. Chat with me. We will absolutely help you figure out what your purpose is in life. Love you guys so much. I'm so glad that you decided to join and watch today. Share this video. Check out my page again. Website is myhappyfreedom.com. I'll see you guys next time.